I think it was 8 years ago when I was going through my PlayStation 4 screen, just looking at the screen for about 20 minutes and then cutting the game off to go scroll on my phone through YouTube, that I decided that video games were kind of losing their flair and spark. And I don't mean this in the capacity that video games have gotten boring, it's just something has changed within me where I feel like I'm overwhelmed somehow by the amount of vastness of video games. Let's take back in the day, for example. I remember I would play the entirety of Jack and Daxter, all the entire game, Jack 1, Jack 2, Jack 3. I played the entire game because I couldn't afford to play the other games. Yes, I wanted to play Devil May Cry. Yes, I wanted to play Shrek Super Slam, but I didn't have the money to actually play those games. Now there are free games all the time. I can play Fortnite, I can play a free Gundam game, I can play a free Warframe. I have a computer to play these games, and I'm overwhelmed by the aspect of choice. So I'm stun locked by all these options that I have. Back in the day, there were no options, nothing. There was zilch, squelch, nada. As a matter of fact, everybody was playing the big games. And then when the Xbox 360, PS3, and the Nintendo Wii came out, it was this whole facet of, okay, so there's this game, there's Tekken, and then more games became to come in the forefront. And if you didn't specialize in a specific game, whether it be fighting, 2D platformers, whether you didn't play 3D games, whether it was open world games, Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, you didn't spec into a specific game, whether it be sports games, you were caught in this infinite purgatory, this loop of what do I play next? What's the next game that I could possibly play? And then it left me enamored with how much choice I had. PS4s, the Xbox Ones, and then the Nintendo Switches came out, and everything got a little bit more chaotic. I got Pokemon, I got Mario, I got Tekken, I had Halo, I had Call of Duty, and all these games became more and more and more. But then I finally got a PC and discovered I had been not even looking at the entire wealth of games that were on Steam. There are games that were only released on Steam, Kickstarter games, people are developing games right now. I accidentally discovered Balatro when it first came out, and it was really fun, and it was an incredible card game that made me feel like something I never felt in my entire life. It was outstanding. But then I loaded in my PS4 and I looked at the games and I had 12 games downloaded. It was Ghost of Tsushima, Absolver, I believe it was Devil May Cry, the special edition, Kingdom Hearts, all these games that would require me to spend a crazy amount of time, and I would have wanted to spend thousands of times in hours with it, but then I decided to just go outside. I decided to touch grass, decided to go outside. And I felt a lot better upon doing so. I felt significantly better upon doing all of the other tasks outside of actually playing my video game. And it sucked because I wanted to play games. I wanted to have a fun time. And it got me this thought thinking that maybe video games have gotten boring, but that's not true. It's not true at all. As a matter of fact, video games are better than they've ever been. There's so much variety. There's all these medieval games you can play. There's these feudal Japan games you can play. There's hundreds of war games. There's an infinite amount of 2D platformers. And I think it's the same thing that happens to me when someone asks me, where do I want to eat? I know this is common among women when it comes to stereotyping people and generalizing things, but whenever someone asks me where I want to eat, I'm often stun locked. And they say, just scroll through DoorDash and we'll decide through there. And I'm looking through DoorDash for 7 minutes at a time because there's so many things. And I don't know, do I want Chinese? Do I want Mexican? Do I want American? And I don't know. I have no clue. It's like someone asking me what I want to do today. I have no idea. There's so much to do. I could edit videos today. I could make videos. I could play a video game. I could stream. And when I'm given all these choices without regulation, with immense freedom, I'm stun locked because of the sheer aspect of freedom. I have an infinite amount of things to do with no schedule. Rigorous routine is very important for a lot of people. People are often trained and mediated into routine. 9 to 5s, going to school every day, working out 3 times a week and taking 4 days off for rest, whatever it may be, people love a strict routine. Or more so, people are accustomed to that. And when you break that routine, when you lose that routine, you feel like you're losing some piece of yourself. And because I didn't have a routine anymore, because back in the day, I would do my homework, I would play video games, I go to bed. I go to school, do my homework, play video games, go to bed. Now, I have to worry about my cat. I have to worry about my lover. I have to worry about me making my own meals. I got to worry about bills. I have to worry about this. I have to worry about that. I got to worry about calling my mother. I got to worry about scheduling doctor's appointments. I got to do my laundry. I have to do my dishes. And video games feel like they're taking up a piece of time where I could be doing something significantly more productive because now that I'm an adult, I have to actively mitigate my time. And little people may not know this, while I have gone full time with content creation, I didn't stop working. I still make a bunch of videos every day, but I do have a part-time job. I still work. I still have to do things because this isn't sufficient. This isn't completely sustainable right now. So I have to do other things in order to actively pay the rent at my house at the current moment. So I still have to do things. So I'm stun locked. I'm stuck looking at the screen all day, deciding between my entire Steam library, all over my PS5 Pro library, and it really depends on if my friends are playing a game, and maybe I'll join in with there, because really what I crave is community. I'll play a game if my friends are playing it more often than not. I'll buy a game if two of my friends have bought that game. We can just have a fun little trios or duos. I play Fortnite actively because one of my good friends is really into Fortnite, and I play no build mode with him. We play Lego Fortnite. We have a beautiful house together, and it's so fun. And I'm thinking about our future. Oh, it's so fun. And that's really how it operates. I don't know if it's an issue with the games anymore. Because I see a lot of people say, man, all these games are boring now. This is garbage. Where's this? Where's that? I want to remaster this. I want a remake of that. If you get the games you want, if it satisfied everybody, then you'd probably still be bored. Because I'm sure there's a game out there that you haven't played that you really, really like. There's probably a game out there indefinitely that is so good, so amazing, so mind-bogglingly outstanding that you're feeling it inside of your chest and body right now, but you've never heard of it. I remember Onimusha got remastered, and I play Onimusha 2. And I remember beating the game and thinking to myself, there are so many games better than this. Onimusha is my favorite game franchise of all time. Period. And I thought to myself, I have played a significant amount of games that make this game feel like hot dog water. And as I was playing the game, and I beat it very easily, it took me less than 5 hours to beat the game, I thought to myself, wow, I wonder if anybody else feels this exact way. I wonder if anybody else is feeling the drought and dread of it. And I didn't realize how much of a universal experience it was to sit at that PlayStation screen looking at it without even looking at the games and just closing it down and going to take a nap. I didn't realize how much of a universal experience it was to see your entire Steam library of 130 games, 200 games, 300 games, 413 games, and say to yourself, yeah, there's nothing here. There's nothing to play. Games that you haven't completed, games that you left in your library, games you bought on the Steam sale just because you said you were going to play it later, and you feel like you're either stun locked or don't have enough time. When in reality, you do have enough time. You have hundreds of hours. You have an entire weekend ahead of you. But you feel like you're neglecting some other task. You feel like you're neglecting the shower, you're neglecting your wife, maybe you're neglecting the laundry, maybe you're neglecting going outside or working out. Maybe you're just neglecting you overall, and this doesn't feel like the thing that's going to make you feel like you can get up out of everything. You're neglecting something, and that sucks. I feel like games are great, but I feel like we have too much, and maybe I should specialize in something. I don't have a solution right now. I just want to talk about this. So, bye.
I'm your nigga night, be my Laurel low. Happy to try what you need. Your world, I love to live in it. I love the ride when you're free.